Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Marcus van Art. I would like to just give you a little bit of background about who I am, what I hope to accomplish, and hopefully what you will also benefit from my channel. So, who am I? I have a formal background in psychology. I've worked in corporate life for quite some time in my career, about the first half of my career. And I would summarize by saying it was typically in sales and sales related roles, anything from pure sales right through to sales management, but also sales training. Um, I moved to Canada about 21 years ago now. So I was once, as many of you are, also a new immigrant to a country with all the appendant uncertainty that goes with it. So my hopes for this series of videos, and this will be an extended series ultimately that I'm building, my hopes are that I would be able to take some of the mystery out of transitioning a career in a new country. As you will know, and many of my clients know, there's many concerns that people have about making a success out of this big decision that you've made to move to a new country and to relaunch a career. And I might just touch on a very high level on a few issues that people typically worry about and consult with me about. So, some challenges that people tend to face center around culture. As you would know, every region in the world has a slightly or vastly different culture than other regions. But having said that, companies inside a regional area might also have different microcultures to others. So it's both macro and microculture that people find challenging simply because there are so many unspoken rules and attitudes, etc., that you can't account for and you don't know about them until you've lived them. So it is partially my job to take some of the mystery out of Canadian culture for you, and then to also talk to you about the microcultures and the expectations that go with those. Secondly, people worry about transferability. So, what does that mean? It simply means that you are maybe in the middle of your career. You've picked up a lot of experience. You've had some tremendous successes in life, professionally speaking. And now you're wondering whether employers here in Canada will find your experience valid, whether they'll find it useful, and whether it'll make you stand out. And the associated question is, how do I make sure that when I speak about myself, my audience recognizes what I'm talking about? All right? So the third thing that I want to touch on briefly and that I work with very frequently with my clients is just language itself. As you would know, when you speak in your mother tongue, it is already sometimes a challenge to be as clear as you want to be, but normally we do fairly well because we have a lot of practice. If you, however, have to perform at your peak in a second language, a language that is not your mother tongue, and if you know that you're under pressure because there's a job on the other end of that conversation, people tend to really freeze up. And I hope to share with you some tips and technique around how can you be clear as possible even when speaking in a second language, and how can you really grip your audience in the way that you relate ideas and thoughts. So I want to move on just briefly to a final 2 points. And the first one is in my series of videos, I'll be talking with you frequently about the distinct difference between finding a job and launching a career. Finding a job is one thing, and very often it's a survival mechanism just to pay the bills, just to keep things going while you're actually targeting what you ultimately want to do for a long term. But having a career launching mindset from the get-go is going to be vastly more productive. And so I want to talk to you frequently and extensively about what does it look like when a truly career-minded individual interacts with potential employers, networks with other people, and so forth. So job versus career is truly a very important point. Finally, I will be talking to you frequently about the difference between simply surviving in a new environment and thriving. When we come to a new environment, like a brand new country, and you haven't worked here yet, etc., the survival instincts are extremely dominant. It changes the way you think, it changes the way you prioritize and make decisions and so forth. But in order to truly thrive, you need to be really methodical and you need to have a plan. And it is my hope that I'd be able to share with you some approaches that will help you plan not only towards applying for the right job, towards the right career, but also help you plan towards having truly productive conversations as you go along in your journey. I'm going to stop right here. What I would like you to do, if you enjoyed this short snippet, please hit like, but also keep on coming back to my YouTube channel because there will constantly be new topics that I shoot on a weekly basis. And ultimately, I'm going to open a Q&A section where I will be sitting down and just right off the cuff answer questions that people post on my YouTube channel so that I can truly address the issues that you're worried about, the things that you think would hold best value for you. Please come back and I'm hoping to chat with you again. Thank you.